In Chapter 4 of Punch Above Your Weight, we look at the very important subject of creative problem solving and decision making. And this is a vitally important subject because you will always find things get in the way of what you're trying to achieve. And an enormous part of problem solving ability is the ability to see the opportunity that every problem presents. Well, one of the problems is the word problem itself. If we can reframe that to be a challenge, it's a little bit more motivating, and even better, turn it into an opportunity, then we get the right frame of mind to move forwards. So this chapter deals with this subject with a number of very, very practical techniques. But one of the most important things to realize about problem solving is that our brain works better when we feel good. If we are anxious about a problem, effectively it tends to close down our creative ability, close down our thinking skills. So by focusing on turning problems through challenge into opportunities, we tend to feel better about the situation, and then our brain will work better. The conductivity in the neurons is improved, we get better ideas, we get motivated. So we have to handle anxiety. Some years ago, a psychiatrist looked at why people got a lot of anxious conditions and why they worried a lot, and he found actually that most of the things that people worried about never actually happened. They were more fictitious things that people were concerned with rather than reality. And there's a lovely saying from hundreds of years ago from Michel de Montaigne, "My life has been full of terrible misfortune, most of which never happened." And that's true for us. We often see terrible, terrible shark fins in the water of our life, but actually a lot of them go away. The key thing though is to work out which problems you can do something about. So I have a tool which is called the NPT matrix, and that's about firstly identifying all the issues that stand in the way, looking at those then that you've got no control over, those that you've got partial control over, and those that you've got total control over. And the secret is to first of all work on those that you can do something about. It's a very powerful technique, and I show you in this chapter just how to use it. So part of problem solving also is the idea of being creative with solutions. And one of the ideas I've used for years is called synvergent thinking. We look at all the possibilities without judging the validity of any of them, get a whole range of possibilities, and then focus down to the specific idea that we like. And I move on in the chapter to talk about very effective ways we have of making decisions by looking at the criteria, what's important, and so on and so forth. Above all, the problem-solving process is linked to creativity. Most of us do not realize how creative we are. In fact, a big study in the US many years ago found that those people who thought they were creative are much more creative than those people who don't think they're creative. So the first thing we have to do is to move your self-concept so you realize how creative you are. And we do that in this chapter. A very important chapter, and one I know you're going to enjoy.